What's up, gamers, critical thinkers, and maybe not so critical thinkers? How's everybody doing today? Daddy got to back with a fresh vid for y'all. So I stumbled across this video where Eric Adams, the mayor of New York City, pretty much called this woman a racist. I mean, he didn't call her one, but pretty much did, because she asked him about the rising rent in New York City. And then I seen a video where the Young Turks covered it, and I'm astonished. I pretty much agree with almost everything they said. I mean, they've come a long way since stuff like this.
He's actually mad. You're actually really upset. I think you should have come to bed. That's true. All right.
Once you get out of here, Alex.
All right. We got to continue the show.
Hey, man, nobody watches you. We know nobody watches you. You need the ratings.
Saudi Arabians aren't funny enough, your little jihad?
Hey, first of all, let me explain something, all right? Okay, this is bullshit. Okay, hold on. We're against Saudi Arabia, you dumbass! We talk about that all the time!
Oh, really?
We talk about that all the time! You don't know shit! What do you think, the lizard people are in charge?
No.
Is that what you think?
Hey, your pants
Build
are
their
kicking
birds!
your ass.
So we're gonna dive into it and watch a little bit of the video and see what they had to say.
Eric Adams implied that an elderly white woman who had an important question to ask about unaffordable rents was speaking to him in a racist manner. In fact, he compared her to a plantation owner after she raised concerns about unaffordable rent. Now, before I show you the video, and stick around for it, I do want to give you the context so you understand where this woman is coming from. She has a legitimate concern, and she is representing the concerns of countless New Yorkers who are concerned about rents increasing. So landlords will be able to increase rent by 3% on one-year leases. They will also be able to increase rent by 2.75% for the first year on two-year leases and 3.2% for a second year. The rent increases apply to new leases signed on or after October 1st of 2023. So this has to do with the rent stabilized units in the city. There are about 1 million.
I mean, I don't know if y'all have noticed. I don't know what your financial situation is right now, but places that I normally would rent for a few years ago, let's say they're around like $750 to $800. Now they're like $1,000 to $1,100, and it's the quality of the place hasn't gone up. It's still a fucking piece of shit, and it's hard out here. It's hard out for people right now.
Million of them, and there is a board that makes the decision as to how much rent can be increased at any given time. Now, a woman stood up to ask a question about this. She is noticeably frustrated with good reason. This has to do with housing. This has to do with people being able to live in a safe place. And Eric Adams was not amused by it. Let's watch.
Before and after the use of supported those rent increases, in Nashville, they had a 0% rent increase. Why in New York City, where the real estate is controlling you, Mr. Mayor, why are we having these horrible rent increases last year and this year?
Okay, first, if you're gonna ask a question, don't point at me and don't be disrespectful to me.
First of all, buddy, you're the mayor of New York City. If you can't have somebody shouting or pointing at you, you shouldn't be mayor. You represent the people, okay? You work for them. They don't work for you. Get off your high horse. You're not nobody.
I'm the mayor of this city, and treat me with the respect I deserve to be treated. I'm speaking to you.
She didn't fucking disrespect you, bro.
As an adult, don't stand in front like you treated someone that's on the plantation that.
And all the fucking seals in the back.
You own.
Isn't it so wonderful when someone asks you a question that makes you uncomfortable, you could just weaponize race to shut her down?
Did she really just say that? Oh my God. I don't know, man. They're turning a new leaf here.
That's exactly what happened there.
Exactly.
So this one has a little bit of nuance, not a lot. So the little bit of nuance is, yeah, it's true that a lot of times some folks talk down to minorities, and they do it in a way that is grating on the nerves in every imaginable way. It's happened to me a little bit, but my God, I've seen it happen to black people in a way that is maddening. okay? So that's your context, and I get it. At the same time, when you become a representative of the people, you must be accountable to the people. And you can't just say, oh, okay, you've got a problem with rent. How dare you talk back to me? I deserve respect.
Wow. I don't know, man. I think they're starting to see the writing on the wall. Culture war isn't shifting towards their side, so it seems.
Nah, okay. And to me, put aside the race thing for a second. The whole concept, and it is pervasive in America, that politicians deserve a lot of respect. I loathe it. I don't think they deserve that at all, at all. And I've seen people go into Congress and then all of a sudden say, I'm a congresswoman or I'm a congressman now. Who gives a damn? You're the same person, right?
Right.
And they get this air about them like they're big deal. No, you're supposed to be a servant of the people. You're not supposed to lord over the people and be like, I am more powerful and I have more status than you. How dare you ask me an impertinent question and point your finger at me? No, we all get to point our fingers at the politicians and ask, why haven't you done your goddamn job?
Woo! Holy shit. I don't think how am I agreeing with these people? Holy shit, but I am. What the fuck? What timeline am I fucking living?
And are you kidding me? Like, you're getting upset about someone asking about rent being too high in New York City? I mean, how fragile is your ego? If you can't handle that, you shouldn't be mayor of New York.
So he claims that, he has nothing to do with the decision that was made by the Rent Guidelines Board, that he has absolutely no say. I would venture to say that the mayor of the city could, apply some pressure and look out for the people of New York. Yep. But he claims, no, hands off, I have no say in this whatsoever. That's his argument, he insists. Now, I do want to give you some numbers in regard to what Americans are dealing with when it comes to the housing crisis. And half of all households in New York don't make enough money to cover basic needs like housing. Okay, so according to the analysis, this is the highest percentage of New Yorkers facing an affordability crisis in the 23-year history of the study, and also marks a significant degradation of life.
Yeah, man, if you can, get the fuck out of that city. I mean, fuck New York City, okay? Fucking high crime, fucking overpopulated, the fucking government doesn't give a fuck about you over there, apparently. If you ask a question, you're a slave owner, apparently. Yeah, I mean, if you can get out of there, get the fuck out of there.
Quality since 2021, when the organization's report found that 36% of working age households weren't making ends meet. Listen, people are working their asses off in this country, okay? Working overtime, long hours, barely making enough money.
Yep.
To afford housing, okay? They did everything right, they followed all the rules, and they can't even afford to put a roof over their heads. Goddamn right they're angry. And for any politician, anyone who signed up for this, who ran to sit in the seat that Eric Adams is in right now, to deflect and immediately imply that someone is racist because she dare ask you a question in an aggressive way, I'll grant him that, in an aggressive way, about this very real and serious issue, it's just infuriating. I'm so sick of all of it. Okay, I'm sick.
Yeah, she's starting to lose it over this shit, man. I should have probably put together more of like how she's been like pretty much on the side of sanity, like especially like she did a thing. She was mad about the I don't know if you remember, like the white woman that went to go rent one of those electric bikes or whatever that you pay with an app on the phone, and you can ride it wherever you want. And how the video made it look like she was trying to take it from some black people, some black kids or something like that. And then the whole world, called her a Karen and a racist. And then her job was reviewing, about letting her go for it. And it turns out she was right. She had paid for the fucking bike. There was receipts and everything. And these kids came up and took her fucking bike. And then, the war of white people is real. There is racist against white people. It's everywhere.
Look at these politicians who run for public office, run to be public servants, and end up being anything but.
Yeah.
Yep.
A lot of times in my life, I have gotten either subtly or over the top overtly, you don't belong here, okay? So I know how that feels. I know exactly how that feels. So I have sympathy for that. But if you become an elected representative, you must represent those people.
Yep.
And you must take their criticism. Look, we do a talk show here, and we take your guys' criticism all the time, right? And we deal with it, and we explain it, we agree, we explain the parts we agree and disagree, etc. You can't go around saying, how dare you bring up a perfectly legitimate issue and a critique of me, and then hide behind any issue, but yes, including race.
Yeah,
and you say, oh, you
step
can't,
down
what do
for
you mean
that.
hide behind race? That's outrageous. What do you mean?
Piece of shit.
You think Clarence Thomas didn't hide behind race? When he was accused credibly of sexual harassment, what did he do? The guy who denies that racism exists at all of a sudden called it a high-tech lynching. See, that's hiding behind your race. Okay, so it can happen and it does happen. And
I don't agree with this part.
power, and my job is to use that power on behalf of all of the citizens and not to make excuses. And also context matters. Now let me give you the other side of the context. Every mayor of New York City is pointed at and yelled at.
Exactly.
I mean, Eric Adams, who is actually a moderate to conservative Democrat, you want to see somebody getting yelled at, Bill de Blasio was yelled at. The former mayor of New York, who is a more progressive Democrat, was yelled at and pointed at 1,000 times, 10,000 times. So are mayors of New York yelled at? Hell yeah, they are. I mean, come on, it's comical. It's comical.
Yeah. It really is. I can't believe that he said that. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe times are changing. Hopefully, I don't know. It would be funny if fucking the Young Turks gets red pilled, but I'd seriously doubt it. I don't know. I think Anna though will eventually come to the side of reason and at least be a moderate liberal or a center leaning left. You know. Yeah, so that's it for me today. I thought that was very interesting, and I wanted to share that with y'all. If you liked it, hit me with a sub and a like, baby. Y'all have a great day. Peace out.